$10 million for agriculture in upcoming budget, stakeholders advised on community-based disaster relief, and Parliament to hear Sexual Offences Bill after budget. Welcome to National Focus. I'm Jarna Hector.
And I'm Kimani. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others after this.
Think water, think life. Water refreshes, restores, cleans, and enhances growth. Potable water is a benchmark for development. DOWASCO is serious about its mandate to ensure easy access to potable water island-wide and provide sewage services for a cleaner environment. DOWASCO is your water and sewage company.
Thanks for staying with us. The Honorable Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, has revealed plans for the agriculture industry in the upcoming budget.
In the budget of this year, you will see a significant sum of monies that will be directed to farming in Dominica. Not only farm access roads, not only support to the farmers through the various programs in the Ministry of Agriculture, but we intend to put a minimum of $10 million. And I'm giving you some insight of the budget and so forth. $10 million will go to the aid bank to help farmers directly. And the intention of this money is that many of us as farmers, we do not have working capital. We do not have some money in our hands to be able to clear the land and pay the people right away, to pay for farm labor, to buy inputs. And that is a major strain for farmers across Dominica. And the intention is that you will be able to get these loans from the aid bank at an interest rate of 3%. 3% interest rate, with a grace period of no less than 4 months before you start paying back to the aid bank.
The Honorable Prime Minister was speaking at the official ceremony to upgrade the Bells Farmers Group to the Bells Farmers Cooperative Society Limited last Thursday. The Prime Minister said, in addition to a number of programs in place to assist farmers, another $2.6 million is available under the Banana Accompanying Measures BAM program to further boost the industry.
The Honorable Minister for National Security, Rayburn Blackmore, has assured that the draft Sexual Offences Bill, which he promised would be taken to Parliament this year, is still on the cards. He says it will be read after the 2016-2017 budget is approved. Honorable Blackmore guaranteed that the bill is high priority for the government of Dominica. The Honorable National Security Minister explained why the bill was not read on June 27th when the Money Laundering Prevention Act and the Proceeds of Crime Act were approved.
I want to appreciate, therefore, that the Sexual Offences Amendment Bill will stimulate serious debate and dialogue, which is in fact very healthy to edify and educate the public, and therefore will one day, in my view, will not be enough for such a very important bill to be debated. Further, in light of the fact that we are currently in the budget cycle for 2016-2017, it makes sense, therefore, for the bill to be taken to Parliament after the approval of this year's budget.
Honorable Blackmore rebutted the accusations raised by some that government is not committed to the reformation of the Sexual Offences Act.
There has been tremendous work. I mean, getting a committee appointed, reviewing the laws and reviewing the laws of other countries, and coming up with a comprehensive set of amendments to the existing Sexual Offences Act. So I think that demonstrates, in clear and simple terms, the commitment of this administration to doing something about that act.
In December 2015, legal advisor Ray Harris was assigned head of the Law Review Committee to update the laws related to sexual offences in Dominica. Harris chairs the committee, which comprises the Director of Public Prosecution, the Chief Parliamentary Counsel, a state attorney, and a police inspector. The laws related to rape have been enhanced to deal with gross indecency and the concepts of sexual grooming of a minor under 16, voyeurism, mandatory reporting by medical providers, and persons in authority of suspected abuse. The recommendations were formulated in consultation with key stakeholders and non-government organizations.
In other news, there is a need for community-based disaster relief groups to be recognized as equally important as professional disaster relief organizations. This is the message that Dr. Terence O'Sullivan of the Center of Emergency Management and Homeland Security Policy Research of the University of Akron, Ohio, is bringing to the region. In a series of lectures organized by the Barbados-based environment-conscious company Octopus 3, Dr. O'Sullivan is touring the region, lecturing on resilient community-based disaster response. In light of the events following Tropical Storm Erica, Dr. O'Sullivan delivered his lecture to a group of private and public sector attendees at the Office of Disaster Management on Friday. He uses lessons from a study of Hurricane Sandy's Citizens Volunteer Resilient Response.
One of the most powerful things that came out of this study is that the mental resilience of the community is enhanced tremendously if people can be involved in their own rescue. And so it's not just what can they deliver to their fellow neighbors, it's also their confidence and their empowerment that enables them to be resilient for that particular disaster, but also for the next ones. And in an era where disasters are unfortunately on the increase, with climate change and otherwise, the argument that we make is that enhancing the community's ability to do this is a very powerful thing. Now, I want to step back and say that the work that the office here is doing and Fitzroy Pascal, Mr. Shillingford are doing is amazing work, and you know, it's so impressive and humbling to see what's being done. But around the world, the message is, I believe, now that given the situation, it's important to try to bring the community in, not just as victims to help, but as equal partners.
His idea is that with the use of technology and sophisticated tools, citizens can be fully mobilized to help themselves in the event of a disaster before government aid comes in. National Disaster Coordinator Fitzroy Pascal says this type of emergency response is typically displayed in Dominica.
Coming out of Erica, as we know, Dominica is a community-based island. So similarly, what the professor has been showing in his slides applies to Dominica, and we in Dominica have been doing exactly what the professor came to say today. People in Dominica are always caring people, so anytime there is an event like a disaster, or not even a disaster, but just any event, emergency event, people tend to respond before the official or the experts people come in.
In more news, the Dominica Youth Business Trust has been in existence since 2006, impacting hundreds of entrepreneurs in Dominica. A critical part of the DYBT is the Small Business Assistance Facility Training, SBAF. At a press briefing on Wednesday, DYBT trustee Lydia Andrew described the objectives of the facility.
One of the significant programs that have impacted not only young entrepreneurs but the economy on a whole is the Small Business Assistance Facility, SBAF. This program is geared at assisting young entrepreneurs between the ages of 18 to 35 who have established and registered businesses. The objective of the Small Business Assistance Facility is to assist existing entrepreneurs to develop the skill set and knowledge base needed to successfully manage a business. To date, 297 entrepreneurs have received the support under the Small Business Assistance Facility training, 144 males and 153 females.
From July 19th to 21st, 35 entrepreneurs will be trained in micro and small business development to include record keeping, marketing, quality control, costing and pricing, managing risk, financial management, and meeting industry standards. She listed some success stories of the facility.
Some of the successful businesses who have received assistance under this training are J&R Enterprises, Spartan Security, 365 Group Incorporated, and K. Vidal Enterprises and Confectionaries, to name a few. We at the Dominica Youth Business Trust encourage young and potential entrepreneurs to be innovative and think outside the box. Having one's business not only creates employment for you, but also impacts the economy on a whole.
She made this appeal to aspiring entrepreneurs.
We implore young entrepreneurs to model the drive and determination of the past SBAF assistance facility participants by attending the various training opportunities offered, seek help, capitalize on the mentorship components, and most of all, honor your financial obligations at the various financial institutions.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
In the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Welcome back. The Honorable Minister for Fisheries, Johnson Drago, says his ministry is always ready to support the youth in fisheries-related activities. During a Dominica Youth Business Trust press briefing last week, the Honorable Minister revealed that his ministry assisted in the construction of 2 additional boats for the DYBT.
The Ministry of Agriculture is very pleased to be collaborating with DYBT and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. We are excited to be part of the boat making program in Casabros. When the ministry told me that they were going to be building 2 boats over a 3-month program with 12 students, I realized that we could do more, and I was happy to be able to sponsor 3 more boats. And with the support, the young men were so enthusiastic. They were supposed to build 2 boats in about 3 months. And they actually have already constructed 5. And the program has not ended. So the Fisheries Division came on board again with the endorsement of the Youth Division. And we are now doing an outboard motor training program, which they will complete before the period of the 3 months is up. And we intend to do the basic fisheries training course for all of the participants who are part of the program. And with their enthusiasm, it looks like we might have enough time to complete that as well. And the hope is to ensure that all of their boats definitely has an outboard motor engine so that we could send them out as professional fishermen out in the program is completed.
He notes that the fish export market is one which is very valuable to Dominica.
So for this year, we've seen cash value of well over $380,000 for the export of fish. I'm not talking about local fish consumption, of which we are meeting at least 90% of our fish locally. So there's a market for the export of fish, and the intention is to train young people, equip them properly, send them out, and get them not only for the local market, but for the export market. As we speak, the Japanese are here. They are about to retrofit the fishery complexes that we have with new freezing equipment so that we can broaden our capacity, so we can store more fish and prepare them to meet the GSPS requirements for exports, and so that we could go into that. We have to find more creative ways of creating employment for young people, because with a population of 70,000, some of the businesses that we have cannot expand. The market niche is already saturated. So therefore, in everything we do, both in agriculture and fishing, we have to look at export as a means of bringing in foreign exchange into the country.
Meantime, several programs have been taking place within the fisheries sector. More recently, educational and outreach programs with schools and communities, the training of fishers to make biodegradable fish pots, mend nets and sea safety, and the deployment of 20 cruise moorings in Prince Rupert's Bay and 15 dive moorings in Douglas Bay.
66 students of the Portsmouth Secondary School were encouraged to take control of their lives. Their graduation ceremony took place on Friday under the theme, "Life has no remote, get up and change it yourself." Honorable Minister for Commerce, Enterprise and Small Business Development, Roslyn Paul, noted that government remains committed to ensuring that students are technologically equipped for the modern world.
We remain committed in providing all citizens a superior quality of life through the creation of opportunities for personal development. Going forward, we anticipate swift changes in our world, in technology, in science, in engineering, and in several other fields of endeavor. Our goal is to ensure that every Dominican student is able to respond with the necessary skills and knowledge to be successful and contributing citizens to Dominica.
Past student of the Portsmouth Secondary School, Pastor Curtis Langley, was the featured speaker. He challenged the graduates to take control of their destiny.
I challenge you to take control of your destiny and to borrow this from the old poem, "By God and his big right hand, you get up and change your channel, for life has no remote. Get up and change it yourself."
Valedictorian Sidney John fully endorsed the graduation theme and encouraged his peers to go out and make a difference. Almost 1 year after Tropical Storm Erica, this is a sure sign that the community of Collio has bounced back. The people of Collio celebrated the Feast of St. Peter in vibrant colors this past weekend. His Excellency President Charles Savre and Mrs. Savre, Honorable Minister for Information Kelva Daru, Honorable Minister for Housing Reginald Austri, Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports Justina Charles, and the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Collio constituency Catherine Daniel all joined in the celebration. The Feast of St. Peter is a liturgical feast in honor of the martyrdom of Apostle St. Peter in Rome. The feast is observed by the Catholic Church on the 29th of June each year. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is up next with Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, on s'est réuni pour formaliser le groupe habitant Bells pour ça en coopérative lancé jeudi passé. Le groupe ça l'a établi en l'année 2010 et puis il est up to 70 habitants. Membre parlement honorable Kelva Daru attendait ce réuni où le groupe l'a formalisé comme coopérative.
Le groupe ça là, il est pour manage tout le bagage qui est pour faire et puis c'est fameux là, hot place Bells. Premier ministre Skerrit, il fait une bonne contribution pour le groupe ça là. Il baille $20,000. Ça c'est l'argent pour gagner fertilizer, pour faire gagner input, pour set up ça qui est un processing plant, tout bagage ça là. et puis nous déjà connaître ces belles ces places là où ni en pli d'achine et puis nous can encourage toutes ces famous hot bells pour coopération là serious. Yo ni pour committed pour coopération ça là.
On la nouvelle division jeunesse chain cérémonie graduation pour life skills training, ça c'est jeunesse qui apprend au l'état. Cérémonie graduation a prend place vendredi qui passe en l'occasion là à Wozo. En même temps, chef officier de division là, M. John Roach, il a adressé graduation là.
C'est un programme qui a couru pour 9 mois. So, il a commencé en septembre l'année passée. Il bout en juin, en juillet, c'est jeunes gens qui ont allé dehors pour mettre en pratique ça et apprendre. So, il y a des gens dehors qui ont une opportunité pour travailler en place. Il y a un hôtel là qui a laissé les gens qui apprennent comment manger bagay. Yo keka aller en place comme hôtel pour apprendre plus bagay pour manger avec affaires boire avec bagay comme ça.
Sinon monsieur Roach programme pour jeunes hommes aussi taper support.
Ces jeunes hommes là qui fait affaires woodwork comment pour faire woodwork et bail yo aussi keka aller pour faire ça OK attachment et bail. So programme là nous commencer avec 30 nous a toujours garder 30 jeunes monde nous commencer avec 19 mais quand le programme a calé, c'est un 9 mois programme, so, il y a des gens qui sont d'accord à dire ça trop pour eux. So, nous boutons avec 12 qui complètent le programme là et ils tapent un certificat aujourd'hui. So, il y a 12 jeunes moins nous qui sommes les chimères qui ont fait bagaille violence, des affaires bagaille pour mettre un problème. Nous continuer à faire programme nous Youth Division pour aider développer jeunes gens pour faire bagaille qui bon pour développer koyo, développer famille, développer communauté, développer pays.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Sleep deprivation is considered one of the worst things you can do to your brain, according to the World Health Organization. So, on your list of priorities, make sure sufficient sleep is at the top.
The World Health Organization also says you're not doing your brain any favors by skipping breakfast. Studies also show that it doesn't help you lose weight either. So, after a full night's sleep, get a real breakfast for optimal brain power.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and your comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm.
Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, or follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available 24 hours on our YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kimani.
And I'm Jarna Hector. Thank you for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.